What's going on, everybody? I've been playing a lot of MyGM on WWE 2K23. Got Hall of Fame on the easiest settings, so I decided to go for it on the hardest settings. Here's what I did and some tips to help you beat it on the hardest difficulty. So the first thing you need to do is choose a GM. Adam Pearce is great if you want to raise the level of your rivalries by 1, which is very important. Power cards in the store being free for that week will save you 150,000 or so in the long run. Earn twice as much money from attendance is okay. Select a superstar from an opposing brand's roster. They will permanently join your roster is a really good one. All charity promos are free to book, not very great. Booking costs for all show logistics are free, not great. Select an opposing brand, 2 superstars will be injured. That's a really good one if you want to be an asshole. McFoley's a good choice. Or custom superstar, first legend you sign this week will be free, again saving you about 100,000. So I went with Tyler Breeze. All your superstars immediately recover 20 stamina. I believe stamina is probably the most important thing in this whole game mode. So next you need to select which brand you want to be the GM for. SmackDown gives you popularity. WCW basically saves you money on legend contracts. NXT 2.0 will give you money back on your free agent contracts. Raw is good because you can select a brand to screw over for the week. I went with NXT because it's the best brand in real life and because it gives you a ratings boost, and the ratings are super important. Now, when it came to selecting the opposing GMs and brands, I went with whichever ones would do the less damage to me. So Bischoff and WCW will save them money on legends and on logistics. Sonya Deville will save money on their own power cards, and I did not under any circumstance want to give anybody Raw because they could screw me over and make it to where I couldn't book my best superstars. Then I went with Stephanie because they're just going to get money. And then as far as the brand went, I would rather once again give them SmackDown because I'm not giving anybody Raw. And this is what I went with, and this is what I thought the easiest setup was to contend on hard mode and not get screwed over. All right, so now that we got season 1 started, I gave every GM a $3.25 million budget. You draft 9 rounds of superstars. So when I draft, the most important thing for me is stamina. Like I said earlier, I think stamina is the most important thing in MyGM mode to make sure you have enough superstars to fill your matches and you have the ability to do special match types and not worry about someone getting injured. And I feel like popularity is easier to increase than stamina and in the long term. Obviously, having 100 popularity is probably better than having 100 stamina. But getting to 100 popularity is easier than getting your character from 0 stamina to, like, say 80. Anyway, so I go Asuka with the first pick. She's a green fighter. You want to make sure that the role, if they're a green role or fan favorite, then they need to be matched up with a rule breaker, which is the red role. So since I have Asuka, I need to have a bruiser. And I need to have a rule-breaking bruiser. So Shayna Baszler is actually a better choice than Rhea Ripley for a few reasons. More stamina, barely any less popularity, costs less money, and she has better mic skills. The mic skills are a highly underrated portion of MyGM mode, especially on hard mode because there's 3 promos per show instead of 2 on easy mode. 3 promos per show, 4 per PLE. And you're going to need the superstars to fill it out. Even if you're trying to call somebody out to start a rivalry, if they have a 2 mic skill, it's most likely not going to start the rivalry. However, if they have a 4 mic skill, like Shayna Baszler does, it'll most likely start that rivalry. So going forward, I have my women's division. I have the ones that are going to be competing for the championship. Now I need to get my NXT championship. So I was going to go Braun Breaker. He's the cheaper option. He's got a lot of stamina, but I like Shinsuke more. He's got a lot of stamina, more popularity. So I would go with him. He's a green fighter. So I'm going to need he's a fan favorite fighter. So I need a rule breaking bruiser. And I know Braun Breaker is going to be there. I knew Austin Theory was going to be there. I knew I had options if I go Shinsuke. So luckily, Braun Breaker's still there. I'm going to take him. So this will fill out my singles for women's and men's. And then going forward, I kind of just drafted for stamina. I drafted tag teams, and I drafted a couple more divas. So I got Ivar, Santa Escobar, Shanky, and Angel for my tag matches. Anyway, got R-Truth because he's a 5-star mic skill. Low stamina, 5-star mic skill. Austin Theory had high stamina. I was trying to match him up. Anyway, the way that I was going through it, I didn't have enough superstars. So I'm going to check free agency. Free agency didn't have anything that's really worth the money. Stamina, popularity-wise, it wasn't great. I would recommend staying away from these cheap option superstars that aren't they're like the training superstars. They're not actual like superstars yet. Anyway, I would stay away from them. The legends, I've seen a lot of people say don't go for the legends. I probably use legends way more than I should, especially Stone Cold. After looking at the list, I had a choice between Eddie Guerrero and Yokozuna or Eddie Guerrero and Diesel. Ultimately, the best matchup, in my opinion, was Stone Cold and Umaga. Simply for the reason that Stone Cold has 5-star mic skills. I do think that Stone Cold's stamina goes down faster than other superstars, which unfortunately means you can't put him in as many matches as, say, someone like, it seems like Austin Theory always has stamina, but Stone Cold matches up with Umaga. I don't know, he also matches up with Braun Breaker, and I have options. So this is what my first show looks like. We got 2 special matches. All of our promos are filled, and we're only spending $81,000 on the budget. And we have a big budget because we didn't draft a lot of superstars. So first match, Shayna Baszler against Asuka. Asuka wins. We get a 4-star rating. It's an Extreme Rules match. The roles matched up great. The classes matched up great, and it was a title match. Great opener. Then we have Shanky and Ivar against Santo Escobar and Angel for the tag team championship. In a normal match, it just gets okay. Not a great match. Braun Breaker, Shinsuke, normal match with the title on the line. Again, it's just okay. The special match types are super beneficial to your rating. And then we got Stone Cold against Umaga in this main event for the men's title. Stone Cold wins. Classic. It's a steel cage. Rivalry gets started on Asuka and Stone Cold. We completely wiped the floor with the other brands as far as the booking went. The call out worked. Both call outs worked. Everything went great. We gained 58,000 fans. We only lost $15,000. And compared to the other shows, we did much better fan wise, except SmackDown. But whatever. Anyway, finished the season objective. Got a power card. We're currently in first. Check back again on week 2. Video should be dropping later this week. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.